So, it's come to this. You've been restrained. Through handcuffs, zip ties, whatever it is, you're stuck. Maybe an overzealous lover had a little too much fun. Maybe you're an aspiring magician or the next Harry Houdini. Maybe you have been kidnapped and are being held for ransom. Maybe uniformed weirdos who enforce a state monopoly of violence have decided that it just needs to be this way. I'm not your father, so I'm not disappointed in you. And I'm not your priest, so I'm not casting any meaningful moral judgments. Relax and take a deep breath. There are a number of completely legitimate reasons why you need to get these things off your wrists. Let's begin with the restraints that come to mind when people think of being restrained. Handcuffs. Yes, handcuffs. Beloved by innocent restraint enthusiasts and armed fascists, handcuffs have existed for centuries. Being handcuffed is no joke. If you're handcuffed with your hands in front of you, then you still have a lot of movement, but if you're handcuffed with your hands behind you, then your range of movement is severely limited. This is standard operating procedure for the police. A lot can happen that can lead you to be in handcuffs. Here's a made-up, but probably familiar scenario for some of us. You're wandering down the sidewalk at 1 a.m., delightfully cross-faded, looking at the stars and not bothering anyone. Life is good. You enter a Wawa to buy a chocolate milk, and the fun police are there to question you. And they do not love your answers, so they handcuff you behind your back. See, they've been dead inside for years, and you having a good time implicitly mocks their vision of a brutal world where their will is law. Oops. What are you gonna do? I would never tell anyone to do anything illegal. So in this make-believe scenario, let's say the police handcuffed you behind your back as a precaution, but you're not under arrest. The cop radio informs them that there's a new kind of criminal to kill, and they get really excited and leave and forget all about you. So you're not under arrest, but definitely alone and handcuffed by accident. How do you get them off? First things first, before something weird happens to you, invest in a handcuff key and put it on your key ring. When it comes to keys, one size usually does not fit all, but that is not the case with handcuffs. Because of the necessity of easy prisoner transportation, just about all handcuffs used by local police use the same key. If you are not handcuffed right now, maybe buy one. If you are handcuffed, definitely buy one, right now. You can also buy a handcuff tool, but they're a little more expensive. Turn the key inward. It will be clockwise or counterclockwise depending on which of the two handcuffs you are using. But what if you need these off right now and not in 2 days when your handcuff keys are delivered? You didn't buy a key ahead of time, and all that matters now is just getting them off. Another way is using a shim, which is a thin piece of metal. You just slide it into the ratchet hole here, pull the handcuffs tighter, and then out. Yet another method is using a simple paper clip or hairpin. This might seem harder than the other methods, but sometimes this is all you have. Bend the paper clip at a 90-degree angle, stick it in the handcuff key hole, push it inside a little, turn, and after a while you can get the same result. You basically just need to find the latch. If the handcuffs are behind you, then all of these methods will be a little more challenging, but if you keep at it, you should be able to get it done in a much shorter amount of time than waiting for your key to be delivered. Now, what if you're not handcuffed, but you are restrained? Maybe by a zip tie, also called a plastic handcuff. These are often used by police officers at protests and other mass gatherings. Fortunately, this is even easier, and you don't need any tools. Pull the zip tie tighter, which might seem counterintuitive, but actually it's just the way to go. The tension on the zip tie is now so great that if you crack the plastic on something, it will snap due to the tension. Raise your arms and bring your arms down quickly, snapping the zip tie down on a surface. If you're zip tied from behind, this is not that much more challenging. Just pull it tight and break it across your back. If you're still having trouble, there is another method. Pull your shoelaces through the space between. Start pulling and use constant friction to burn through the plastic. If you're wearing loafers, you're on your own. If you're having trouble with the zip ties or duct tape, a knife will get you out, but it's dangerous because you're cutting very close to the skin. I would not recommend this except as a last resort. I always keep a knife on my keychain, but I've never actually needed to use it for anything major. Try literally anything else first, if you have the time. Now, some people, assholes let's call them, will say, the best way to stay out of handcuffs is not do anything that will get yourself handcuffed. And to that I say, must be nice. Must be nice to exist with such privilege to know with certainty that you will never be in such a situation. Because those situations are for other people, right? What a remarkable feeling to never be worried about consequences. What a homogeneous, bootlicking lifestyle free of cares. Great opinion, dude! But maybe people need help sometimes. Do your thing, just be careful.